Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Morning, everybody. Happy Disappearance Day of Srila Madhavendra Puri. Today is a very wonderful, auspicious day where we get to celebrate a wonderful personality's life and his glories. Before I begin, I would like to request everyone to please bless me so that I can speak something which is in line with our Guru Parampara, beneficial to our lives, and that our hearts become fertile ground for this sublime message to take root on. If we look at the world today, most of the people, if they are pious and they follow some sort of faith path or spiritual path, we will see that much of it is officially or unofficially impersonal if you really go deep into it. And even if the religion that they're following is a personal religion itself, the way that they conceive of the Supreme Being or the way that they relate to the Supreme Being is very impersonal. And so, and even when we go into those who look at the Supreme Being as personal, most of them will see the Supreme Being in awe and reverence. Even in India, where there is more. So it is rare to find a path that helps you develop an intimate relationship with the Supreme Being that is beyond impersonalism and beyond the awe and reverence. This is where Madhavendra Puri comes in. Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, they're most merciful. Parama Karuna Pahuduijan Nitai Gaurachandra. These two most merciful lords have come to this material world to give what no other incarnation has ever given before, which is access not only to love of God, but love of God in the mood of the residents of Vrindavan. This is a very sweet type of love. This is a love that is characterized by that closeness, by that not familiarity, but by that ability to see the Lord as one's child, as one's friend, as one's lover. This is something that is very rare to find. And the Lord, wanting to set up the stage for him to come, he sent his associates before him. And before Madhavendra Puri, as we were just discussing a second ago, there was none of this. When Madhavendra Puri first came to and started preaching and looking for some sangha, what he found was that most of the people, even if they were pious, their piety would be geared towards material prospects. They would try to do all these sorts of yagyas and pujas and mudras and all of these things for the sake of give me wealth, make my business go well, help me get my daughter married. It was all very materialistic. So he wanted nothing to do with them. He went into the forest looking for the sannyasis, those renowned people that are looking for something beyond this material world. And what he found was Om Namo Narayanaya. I am Narayan, and so are you. And so he wanted nothing to do with the sannyasis, these impersonal sannyasis. So where was he to find these pure devotees? He was, according to Lord Chaitanya himself, the sprout of devotional service. This is how Lord Chaitanya characterized him, as the sprout of devotional service. And as he began going around, let us see who are the people who that he found who took shelter of him. We have Advaitacharya, who is none other than Mahavishnu and Sadashiva. Who is Mahavishnu? He is the source of Garbhodakashaji Vishnu. And he is the spiritual master of Lord Brahma, who is the spiritual master of the universe and the initiator of the Brahma Sampradaya. And Advaitacharya is also Sadashiva, who is the greatest of all devotees. He is the spiritual teacher and initiator of the Rudra Sampradaya. So this is Advaitacharya. He took shelter of Madhavendra Puri. Pundarik Vidyanidhi is Vishabhanu Maharaj. He's the father of Sri Radha. And he is the spiritual teacher of Gadadhar Pandit, who is one of the Panchatattva. Pundarik Vidyanidhi took shelter of Madhavendra Puri. Lord Nityananda himself is an avatar. He's the avatar of compassion of Lord Balaram, who is the Adi Guru. He also took shelter of Madhavendra Puri. Vairamananda Puri. He is Vidura himself. Sorry, not Vidura. Uddhava. Uddhava himself, who is the chief counselor of the Vrishnis. And he is the most intimate associate of Krishna in Dwarka. He took shelter of Madhavendra Puri. So we see all of these amazing personalities. They're taking shelter of Madhavendra Puri. And it is said that as he was traveling early on when Madhavendra Puri was traveling through India, he was looking for, who can I associate? And one of those first people was Advaitacharya. When he found Advaitacharya, they cried tears of joy together. Finally, a Vaishnava. Finally, somebody that I can share Krishna consciousness with. Love for Krishna. This is the when Lord Chaitanya was asking Ramananda Roy, what is the greatest pain? Ramananda Roy said, to be without the association of the devotees. And if you have ever been in a situation where the association of the devotees is scarce, you will completely understand the heart of Madhavendra Puri at that time. He was just longing for somebody, and finally Advaitacharya, and so Advaitacharya invited him to his home and fed him, and they would discuss Krishna Katha for hours and hours on end. Also, when Madhavendra Puri talked, when he was traveling, he was at some point going, I think it was through the western provinces of India, and Lord Nityananda happened to be on pilgrimage himself, and they both found each other. What a reunion that was! What a reunion! They both started crying uncontrollably. First of all, they both fainted on the ground, and when they came to being, they embraced each other, and they would soak each other with their tears. The disciples of Madhavendra Puri at that time that were traveling with him, they were going, "What is going on? who is this pilgrim that is causing like so much emotion in our Guru Maharaj?" And Lord Nityananda said, my pilgrimage, the efforts of my pilgrimage have finally borne fruit by seeing you, uh, by having your darshan, Madhavendra Puri. And Madhavendra Puri equally was saying that all of my austerities have finally borne fruit because of seeing you, Madhavendra, Nityananda. And they traveled together for some time before they parted their ways because they knew that they had their missions for Lord Chaitanya. Now, the love of Madhavendra Puri for the source of all existence, Sri Krishna, and for his internal potency, Sri Radha, is so great and so deep that only by telling some of the pastimes of this wonderful personality can we actually understand what devotion is. And so, with your permission, I would like to narrate uh, a little bit of the pastime of when that Lord Chaitanya himself in the Chaitanya Charitamrita uh, talks about when he got to Raimuna on his way from Bengal to Jagannath Puri when he had just taken sannyas. They stopped by not Raimuna, yes, and he stopped there and they went into into the temple of Shakshi Gopal. It was such a an emotional time that Lord Chaitanya wanted to express the love of his heart by glorifying Madhavendra Puri. They say as if he had five mouths. He narrated this story, which was given to him by his spiritual master, Sri Ishvara Puri. He talked about how Madhavendra Puri, in his travels, he came to Vrindavan, to the land of Vrindavan, and he was so renowned that he would not even beg. He he did not beg, and so he would just stay somewhere near a town. And he was very tired, and one day this little boy came, very beautiful cowherd boy, and he said, "Oh Swamiji, why are you not eating? The ladies from the town, they have seen that you have come and you have not eaten anything and you are not begging. So they sent me with this pot of milk." He said, in my village, nobody fasts. And he said, you can drink from it, and then I will come back later to pick up the pot. And then he left. Madhavendra Puri was so charmed by this little boy. He was just so charmed that and when he drank that milk, it was nectar. It was like nothing else. And throughout the whole night, he could not stop thinking about this little boy. It was just always in his conscience, and he didn't understand why. At the end, towards the end of the night, he fell asleep, and in a vision, this little boy came in his dream and said, "Oh, Madhavendra Puri, my dear disciple." And then he recognized him. It was Krishna himself. He said, uh, I have come to you because I need your help. Uh, I am in these bushes, not too far from here. My pujari, my name is Gopal, and my pujari left me there because some time ago there were rumors going around that the Muslims were coming, and so he wanted to protect me, and he left me there. and then he left. He never came back. That was many, many years ago. Please uncover me and bathe me. I am suffering from too much heat. So Madhavendra Puri awoke, and immediately he went to the townspeople. He found some Brijabasis, and they started going through all of those bushes. Just it was very, very thick bushes, and finally they found Gopal, this beautiful deity. It was an ancient deity by that was installed by Krishna's grandson, Vajranabh. Krishna's great grandson Vajranabh had installed him. It's one of the four main deities that he had installed, and so uh, they brought Sri Gopal back to the town. It said that he was very, very heavy, and they put him on top of Govardhan Hill. They made the Vrijabasis created a small little altar there with the rocks of Govardhan himself, and then they started bringing so many buckets of water from the Yamuna and bathing the Lord to cool him down, and they performed the Panchagavya, which was the ceremony in which they bathed the Lord with which are the milk, the ghee, the yogurt, the cow urine, and cow dung. They bathed the Lord, and then the Panchamrita, with the five nectars. They then they put some more water, buckets and buckets and buckets of water, hundreds of buckets of water on Gopal. And Madhavendra Puri, he put cooling oils on the Lord and sandalwood paste with camphor. And they did a big arati, and then all of the townspeople, came together to celebrate this by bringing all of the stock of food that there was in the town. Now you might say, how is it possible? It is possible because the Brijabasis are very special. It is said that Krishna does not see what you give, but what you withhold. And so the Brijabasis are known because they don't hold back anything from the Lord. They gave everything to the Lord. And so they had this incredible feast. Incredible feast to the point where everybody was saying, this is the reenactment of the Annakut festival that Lord Sri Krishna did 5,000 years ago. They celebrated the whole day, and then townspeople from nearby villages, they heard about this wonderful festival, and they came to Madhavendra Puri and said, we also want to have this opportunity to serve the Lord in that way. And so the next day they had a similar festival, just with huge feast, a cooling of the Lord, arti, and like that every day a different town would come by. They did this for about 2 years. 2 years, every day, worshiping the Lord. And then at around that time, Sri Gopal came to Madhavendra Puri in a dream and said, my dear Madhavendra Puri, I am still suffering from heat. It's too much heat. Please go to Jagannath Puri and get some sandalwood and some camphor for me, because I need that to cool my body. As soon as Madhavendra Puri awoke, he started towards Jagannath Puri. Now, Mind you, the trek to Jagannath Puri from Vrindavan was not easy. It's not easy nowadays, and it definitely was not easy back then because this trek he had to go by foot. Imagine walking miles and miles to a place, and it was not like it was a nice road. No, sometimes he had to go through jungles, very dangerous places, both because of animals and because of people. So he went all the way to Jagannath Puri, and as he was approaching it, he stopped by Ramuna, and he had heard that this temple of Gopinath. There was a nice, beautiful temple of Gopinath. It was that he went in there. He took darshan of Gopinath, and he was dancing. He was dancing and chanting all day long there. And he heard from the pujari that in this temple there was a very it was very well known around the area because of a special type of sweet rice that they used to give to Lord Gopinath. This sweet rice was called Amrita Keli. This Amrita Keli it was said to be just like the nectar of the gods. And Madhavendra Puri, at that when the pujari was telling him this, he was just thinking in the core of his heart, I I would like to taste this just a little bit so that I could, if I were to just taste it a little bit, I would know exactly how it is made, and then I could make it for my Gopal back in Govardhan. But at that moment, the offering was going on. And so Madhavendra Puri condemned himself, thinking, what am I doing? I'm thinking about tasting the offering of the Lord while it's in the plate being offered to the Lord. I'm such a rascal. I'm so fallen. What am I doing? He just waited until after the arti, and then he left. He was just feeling completely devastated by this thought. And so the pujari, he finished the arti, put the Lord to rest, and then he went to take rest himself. It was it was then seen that the pujari would often offer to Gopinath. He said, I have taken one of those and I've put it behind the curtain. Please take it and offer it to my and go out into the town and find Madhavendra Puri, my dear servant, and offer him this sweet rice. The pujari awoke at that moment. He took bath, he went into the altar, and there it was, behind the curtain on the altar, a hidden pot of sweet rice. He went out into the town. It was late, and he started calling out, Madhavendra Puri, Madhavendra Puri, please come out. O most fortunate one, please come out and receive the pot of rice that Gopinath himself has stolen for you. And he was going all around town, calling out for Madhavendra Puri, and everybody was waking up at that point. It's like, who is this Madhavendra Puri? Who who is this Madhavendra Puri that the pujari is talking about? Well, finally, Madhavendra Puri uh, heard his name, came to the pujari, and saw this pot of sweet rice. He started crying, and he embraced the pujari, and the pujari embraced him, and they both bathed each other with each other's tears. It was two great souls again meeting, and Madhavendra Puri tasted the Amrita Keli, and then he by tasting it, he got that recipe. He knew exactly what it was, and it was it was so sweet. he broke the pot when he was done with it, put it in a bag, and every day he would take just a little piece from then on, every day. He went on his way to Jagannath Puri. And when he got to Jagannath Puri, well, guess what? The news had spread. If you have seen how fast news spreads uh, in ISKCON, you will know how fast these things, even without internet, the news had spread by the time that Madhavendra Puri came to Jagannath Puri, and everybody was talking about him. He had left Ramuna very soon after because he didn't want the praise. Everybody already knew that, oh, this Madhavendra Puri, he has been blessed by Gopinath. So he said, I don't want any praise like that. But when he got to Jagannath Puri, his glories had already traveled, and so uh, when he came to the temple of Jagannath, everybody was already praising him. What did he do? He just decided, okay, let me use this in the service of the Lord. Uh, the pujari asked, can I do anything for you? He said, yes, I need some sandalwood to bring back to my Gopal in Govardhan, and some camphor. And so they arranged for 82 pounds of sandalwood, and I believe it was eight 8 ounces of camphor to travel with him. And they gave him the papers to be able to go with it, and and 2 assistants to go with him, and money. So they all went together to back to on their way uh, to Vrindavan. But this is understand this is a very difficult track, especially Madhavendra Puri at that time was already old. So an old person traveling with a lot of money. Imagine that you're going with a truckload of gold through a really shady neighborhood. Imagine that in New York, you go through a really shady neighborhood with a truckload of gold, and not like going fast, just like just pulling it, and you're an old man. That's the condition that Madhavendra Puri was in. So many dacoits, so many so many people that could have taken like that. So, and sandalwood at that time, it's still very very expensive nowadays, but even at that time it was even more expensive. So just imagine with the papers he was able to get through the different customs, but then there was all this hardship of just going there. And when he got back to Raimuna, he got a dream where Gopal, back in Vrindavan, he appeared to Madhavendra Puri and saying, "My dear Madhavendra Puri, please don't. You're taking so much trouble just for me. Just for me, you're taking so much trouble, and I appreciate it. But there is no need. Myself, I am there in Ramuna as Gopinath. Please offer the sandalwood and the camphor to Gopinath, and that will be as good as giving it to me." So when Madhavendra Puri awoke, he went to the pujari and said, "Here are two of my assistants. Please, I also have money, so please engage 2 other assistants. And throughout the year, you can just have them every day grind sandalwood so that you can put on Gopinath." And Lord Chaitanya, he was speaking about this, and at that moment, the offering came out, and so he took and he distributed uh, amongst his devotees, and then gave back a few of those pots back to the pujari so that he could distribute them to all the other pilgrims. And it is said that the Lord chanted and danced in ecstasy, remembering Sri Madhavendra Puri at that time. One more uh, important lesson that besides this uh, love of the Lord for his devotee and the love of his devotees for the Lord, that I would like to talk about because it is important, is the passing away of Madhavendra Puri. When Madhavendra Puri was about to leave his body, he was in a very uh, infirmed condition. He was bedridden at the moment, and basically his disciples had to take care of him. Now you might say, well, this generally like infirmity and like that's because of a person's karma that they suffered like that. But in the case of Madhavendra Puri, it's not like that. With great souls, uh, Prabhupada has said that they have these conditions to give the chance to their disciples to do special service for them. And Sri Ishvara Puri was the lucky recipient of this special mercy of Madhavendra Puri. He would take care of his Guru Maharaj in such a loving way. He would clean, it is said, the urine and stool of Madhavendra Puri because Madhavendra Puri was bedridden that time with love, with such love, and feeling himself so blessed to have this intimate service for him. And he would read to him about Krishna and do kirtan for him. But there was a godbrother of his, Ramachandra Puri. Ramachandra Puri was a sannyasi, and he was uh, very, very puffed up. He was very learned, and he was very renounced, and because of that, pride had creeped in. When he saw Madhavendra Puri in that state, especially Madhavendra Puri towards the end, he would just be crying. He would just be crying and crying, and remembering the Lord and calling out. He called out uh, a verse that it is said that only Lord Chaitanya, Radharani, and Madhavendra Puri know the depths of. Only the three of them know the inner meaning of it, where Radha is calling to Krishna that I am very poor. What shall I do now, my Lord? Ayidina Daya. And when Ramachandra Puri heard that verse, he was like, why are you crying like that? You're self-realized. You should be thinking about the impersonal Brahman. You should be thinking about that spiritual oneness that we all have with everything. That at this moment of that, and Madhavendra Puri got so upset. He just said, get out, you wretch. I don't want to see your face. If I see your face by the time that I leave my body, I will not attain the supreme destination of Golaka Vrindavan. Get out. And then uh, he blessed Ishvara Puri because of his service, saying, may you have love of Godhead. Ishvara Puri, because of that service that he did, he became the spiritual master of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya, he decided that he was not going to be the disciple of Madhavendra Puri, but the disciple of the disciple. Sorry, the disciple of the disciple of Madhavendra Puri. Just to set the precedent of, being the humble servant of the servant of the servant. Ramachandra Puri, because of his offense to his guru, because of trying to instruct his guru, because then he became a fault finder. And he was criticizing all the devotees and even criticized the Lord himself. The Lord, because of the status of Ramachandra Puri, though, he was very careful. He treated him at the same level as his Guru Maharaj. So it is very important for us, especially now in ISKCON, that there are different issues going on, that we be very careful about how we speak of others. Our whatever our position may be, we should be always very careful not to. We should always be very careful about our words, because the Lord, he always loves his devotees, and yes, we may disagree on things, and that is okay. It's okay to disagree, and it's okay to engage in dialogue, and that's fine. But we should be very careful about fault finding, and it's very easy, especially if we do it online. It's a very slippery road, and uh, that line is very much blurred. So we should all act with utmost restraint in that. Thank you very much, devotees. Madhavendra Puri ki jai.
Murali Gopal Prabhu ki jai. Dear devotees, any questions? Angles of vision, corrections from Murali Gopal? Murali Gopal lives to be corrected. So there's nothing like taking the humble position. You can't go wrong, right? Murali Gopal Prabhu.
You can't go wrong, not at all. It is said that when Gopal Chapala came to Lord Chaitanya, when Lord Chaitanya was in Advaitacharya's house after when he came back to visit after he had taken sannyas, he was on his way to Vrindavan. It is said that he stopped by Advaitacharya's house, and Gopal Chapala, came to him, and he was in this state of leprosy, and he was begging the Lord, like, please, uh, you know, forgive me for my offenses. He had blasphemed the Shiva Thakur, because Shiva Thakur at that time would not allow Gopal Chapala to come into the kirtans that they held at his house, and so he just blasphemed and did all this. So Lord Chaitanya cursed him to have leprosy, and he was suffering miserably because of it. So it is said that Lord Chaitanya, when he saw him, he said, "Get out of here. Not only will you suffer until the end of your days, but for 10 million lifetimes, you will continue to have leprosy. And that is only the beginning. Then you will see Yamaraj, and you will suffer in hell, and then you will come up through many different species of life, all the way from the bottom." And so
What did he do? Sorry.
he blasphemed Shiva Thakur, and And so he was telling the devotees that there was not. He said, "There's nothing I can do. Only if Srivas uh, himself allows you, forgives you. Do you have repentance?" And Srivas Thakur, being a great soul, he said, like, yes. How could I harbor any malintent towards him? And he embraced him, and immediately his leprosy went away, and he was given pure love of Godhead, and he became the humble servant of the servant of the servant of the devotees. And Lord Chaitanya said that this curse on him would be there for those who do this blasphemy of the devotees. So the Lord hates criticism of his devotees, and he loves the praise of his devotees. So even if we cannot say something nice about somebody, at least we should restrain from saying something bad. We're about to have darshan.
Thank you, Murali Gopal Prabhu. Yeah, we are about to be seen by the Lord, which is very purifying. The Lord's glance evaporates the urine from our heart. Timothy is smiling. Whole family is smiling. Okay. Thank you, dear devotees. Kartik, you're blurry. Okay.
Jai. 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 Receive our spiritual blessing. By his grace, one constellation of field suffering. Having consciousness purified by the word and the people of his lotus agitated its lotus feet to the perfection that fulfills all desires. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendent knowledge. He is my Lord, birth and first. From him who sat Prela and makes, my ignorance is destroyed. Great scriptures, they open character. Our spiritual masters of the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor, the master of the devotees, the golden master, the merciful, the son of spirit, the famous and of all the three worlds.
Jai, welcome to the Afterglow. Murali Gopal Prabhu, you have a few minutes to stay over time with
Yes,
us?
yes.
The question is, it's a very common question, Murali Gopal Prabhu. What's the difference between blasphemy and critical thinking and giving feedback constructively and favorably?
You can give feedback to a person if the person has asked for it. Or if it is your job in terms of like being a temple president, a manager, you're supposed to give feedback to your subordinates. So if you're actually in a position of giving feedback, an official position, then that is actual feedback, and it should also be in a mood of helping, of love, rather than of ego. When it's ego, then you go like, okay, let me tell you where you're wrong and where I'm right.
Are there Shastric references or any examples of that, of somebody giving constructive feedback like that?
Yes,
I think of, yeah, tell me.
Arjuna, he came to Krishna. And they were just friends. They were just friends there. And at first, what did Krishna do? He didn't even he was going like, yeah, it's okay, like he was acting as his friend. But then Arjuna said like, no, I actually need you to instruct me. I am becoming now your servant. Please tell me how I can act in this way. And then that's when Krishna actually got heavy with him. That's when he said, okay, you're speaking learned words, but actually you're a fool. What you're saying makes no sense. That is not what learned people would say. But he did not do that until he was until Arjuna submitted himself as a disciple. He did not do it before that. Even though they had a close relationship as friends, it was not on the level of, okay, I am now your superior, you're my inferior, and you're actively asking me for advice on an official position, then he took it in. But we generally like to go around telling people what they should do because we believe that we know better, that our life, our way of thinking is the best way. That if people just did whatever we thought is best, then the world would be perfect.
Sometimes I think like that. And
Most
what
of
if
the time, I think like that.
and what if somebody comes up to us saying, offering criticism and feedback, and then are we supposed to say, "Wait a minute, are you a temple president? Who are you?" How do we take criticism when it's offered?
With a grain of salt. Use your intelligence and evaluate. Think of, okay, well, I'm getting this feedback. You may like it or you may not. Sometimes some of the feedback is we like it. It's like, oh, okay, well, thank you. Sometimes we go like, this why is this person telling me? What is he doing or what is she doing? That look how they're behaving. Look how they're like it. So sometimes we have this knee-jerk reaction because we're triggered. We should understand that we have triggers. We have childhood wounds that appear in our daily lives, and we are sometimes unaware of them. That this is where part of the shadow work comes. Especially for a person who is traveling the spiritual path, they should do their shadow work. They should look into, okay, where, what are the things that I'm trying to not see about myself? What are the things that I'm casting in the shadows that I don't want to see about myself? Because I don't want to see myself as imperfect. Or this version of me goes against the narrative that I have about me, about myself, and about my life. So then when somebody points something out, we might filter it and say like, no, that's them. They should be doing this, or like that's impossible. We bring so take criticisms that we and take it with a grain of salt. It is possible that the person, yes, is has said it out of envy, out of like that, but as you pointed out, repeating what Vaisheshika said, Vaisheshika Prabhu, about I live to be corrected. Like, take it with a grain of salt, saying like, okay, there might be wisdom in what this person is saying. Let me see how much of it I can actually apply. Maybe not all of it. Maybe not all of it is correct, but there might be something important. So Prabhupada said one should take gold even from a filthy place, right? So yes, maybe the feedback came in the worst way, like triggering us in the most horrible way, and with all the ego that somebody could muster, that they're giving us that feedback. Okay, good. Take that into account. Just give. Okay, let me see what I can. Maybe there's something that they're saying that might help me in my life. And if you take that, then you're seeing that it's Krishna that is bringing to you in different ways uh, feedback for you to improve in your service to him.
Thank you, Murali Gopal Prabhu. Would anyone like to speak? Sundari Radha?
I do. I have a quick question. Thank you so much for class. What do they mean by they were bathing in each other's tears? I was trying to imagine that, but if you could just dig a little deeper, thank you.
Yeah, this is what the scriptures say. And for us, it's a little bit hard to think about it, because when we cry, it's we, our mascara might run, our maybe mucus will come out, but we're not drenched there's not enough of tears to do that. However, we have heard about instances where Prabhupada has cried in ecstasy. And I have heard from devotees that had this first-hand account. They talk about how there were times when Prabhupada would be in the Vyasa, and he would get very emotional, and a jet of tear would go across the room and fall on the devotees. And it was that, and they would look at each other, and the devotees, and did you just see that? Did that just actually happen? Like, that is impossible. That is not possible. How did that just happen? So when we were talking about ecstatic symptoms, we should not be surprised that they are very uncommon. That we are not able to just fake them. And that when they're saying that they're bathing each other in tears, is that yes, they're gushing tears, because this is not an ordinary reaction. This is not we're actually we're witnessing, we're hearing about transcendental emotions that are beyond this material world.
One thing, if I may interject, Murali Gopal Prabhu, my obeisances, all glories. How are you? Nice to see you. This is on Das. Hare Krishna.
Hari.
Haribol. So good to see you. So one faith-giving little nugget is, as you know, in the CC, and when Lord Chaitanya is dancing in front of the Rath cart, the same exact description is given of his tears, that they shot out from his eyes like syringes, as if somebody was shooting them out. And that's, I mean, how do you come up with something like that? And then to hear that Prabhupada had the same exact thing happening to him, I mean, it's a little too mystical to deny, I think. Really cool.
Yes, that is why it is said that we should not try to imitate these kind of things, because you will not be able to. It's unless you have a bionic eye and you connect it to like a little squirt here like that, you will not be able to do it. So don't even try it. These are yes, exactly. Crying face. These are static emotions. It is said that when bhakti hits the water element in the body, that's when the crying in this way comes. When bhakti comes in contact with the air element, that's when we get the raising of the hairs in the body. When it contacts the earth element, that's when we get the tremors. And so like that, with different elements, it will manifest in a different way. These are all things that we have to look forward to. That and madness.
Thank you very much. Would anyone like to ask a question or offer criticism to Murali Gopal Prabhu? If you're holding the appropriate position, of course. Otherwise, Murali Gopal Prabhu will not take it. It's a joke. It's a joke. He lives to be corrected, like we said. All right, Annabelle, Isaiah, Sage, Sky, please chant loudly. Hare Krishna, good morning.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare. What do you think? Ga, ga, ga.
Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Murali Gopal Prabhu. Thank you, Vaisheshika Prabhu. Prabhupada, thank you, Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you, dear devotees, for being here. This is our lifeline. Thank you. Jai Jagannath. Is that Jagannath? Oh, Paw Patrol. I'm sorry. Yeah, you have to start somewhere. You worship Paw Patrol, then you worship Haribol Patrol. It all starts somewhere.